before that awful injury to Jason Tatum. Several minutes before, you could see it. I could see it. I think people in Boston could see it. The Knicks are going to win this series. They're the better team. They're better coached. They're more relentless. The home crowd clearly elevates this team. They're dominating the boards. Their bigs are playing better. They're passing better, less standing around, better decision-making, more points in the paint. Tibbs took the Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla to the cleaners. The Celtics in the second half, it was ISO stand-around basketball. Coach, pull some levers, do something. What happened to Peyton Pritchard? Isn't he good? Why did he only play 20 minutes? It was just hard to watch. Mazzulla coaches like he's got a checklist. That's not what NBA playoff basketball is about. It's about pulling levers. You can see Steve Kerr do it, though he's outmanned. You really see a Chris Finch doing it. For years, Eric Spoelstra. Joe Mazzulla has got like one club in his bag. When the three-point shots don't fall, he's out of luck. But this series really has not been about the Celtics. It's been about New York. If you didn't know better and you just turned into that thing last night, you would think the world champion New York Knicks were defending their title. Their ability to execute in crunch time. Everybody's touching the ball. The shot making from Cat, Brunson, OG, Bridges. The toughness, coming back multiple games, all of them from 20 points down. Their leader, Jalen Brunson, let's just be honest, he is like the new Jerry West. He is Mr. Clutch. Tatum played great before the injury. It was a great game. But in terms of clutch, is there any small player in this league you trust more with the ball than Jalen Brunson? I'm including Steph. I know he's undersized. I know he's a second rounder. I know he's not a premier athlete. But, man, he finds good shots. He has been, and I've said this for the last 2 years, the best quarterback New York has. His decision-making, you can tell he's a smart guy that went to Villanova. Dad played in the league. Fearless player. Totally trustworthy. But, again, it's not just that New York's winning. It's how they're winning. New York is making Boston look fragmented, disorganized, poorly coached, confused, and passive. If you'd never watched basketball and you tuned into that game and I said, find the champion, it looks like the Knicks.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? Sometimes this level of analysis can always feel, I don't want to say lazy, but just not deep. But I really think it's actually the most accurate more than anything. The New York Knicks just look like a team that is absolutely on a mission and hungry. They just want to outplay, out hustle, out physical. Like they just want to go out there and literally leave it all out there. I remember watching the Knicks against the Sixers last year in the playoffs, and you could just see that they play with such a level of intensity that a lot of these other teams, if not every other team, just doesn't play with. And now I don't think that that's good enough. The reason why I kind of, before I even had my take, really, like I was already kind of somewhat poking holes in it, because I always hate when you say like, oh, this game will come down to who wants it more or something. They always do that in football and basketball, and it's like, more often than not, just the better team is going to work, right? Is going to win. Talent, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. It's one of my favorite sayings because it's true. It's like, yeah, if talent doesn't work hard, then sure, then the hard work can win. But like if talent works hard, well, then they're going to win. You can't outwork the talent if the talent is working really hard as well. Like it's just, talent is talent. No matter how hard I try, I can't beat Michael Jordan 101. Like it's just not going to happen. And that's where I think the Knicks then really are a team that is talent that's working hard. That's how I see it. And you can see it on the court because the Celtics are a great team. And I do think they're great. And if you're a Knicks fan, like, don't downplay the Celtics. Don't be like, see, the Celtics were overrated. They're not good. Like, no, you're beating a great team. right? Like that makes you better, New York Knicks. Like don't just be like, see, the Celtics aren't good. Like no, they're great and you're beating them. You're beating the defending champions. And yeah, now it's like it says clear this series is over for Boston. Yeah, because Tatum is not playing another game this season. It's just not happening. So like this is for the Knicks taking. Although now there are people that believe, Colin even kind of talked about it, that like the Celtics are better without Jason Tatum. So we're gonna be able to see if that's true. Maybe the Celtics will lose now the series because Tatum's down. Don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, I just watch this game and I just look at the hard work, look at the hustle, look at the intensity. They're so present on the court, and you can see this as clear as day. They're never mentally taking a play off. Like, everyone is just always so locked in. And it's funny because in sports, again, we overuse those words. Oh, so-and-so is locked in, or so-and-so is ready for this moment. And it's like, sometimes it's true. Sometimes it's kind of just like sports platitudes, like just generic, right? Again, like I said, like, oh, they worked hard. The Eagles just wanted it more, and it's like, okay, I mean, I guess, or they're just a better team. And it's like here, it's like you really can see it. A lot of the generic takes, and unfortunately, it's like once upon a time they weren't generic, but then they, it's just they became a cliche. But like to me, it's on full display. It's funny, like my mind goes to this. When I was younger and playing sports a lot more competitively, you would always have a coach that would try to reference other pro teams for them to kind of instill some inspiration. And they would be like, look how the New York Yankees are playing, or look how the Giants are playing, or look how the Knicks are playing, depending on the sport at the time. And it would be like, look how hard they're doing this or that, or look how they move the ball. And a lot of coaches, at least for me, they would even show us film and stuff, and we'd look at it, and like I look at this New York Knicks team, and I want to show this to high school kids or something like that, and be like, look how hard they're playing, look how they're not taking a play off. Look how hard they're playing. Look what happens when they miss a shot. They immediately are back on defense, and it's like it's never happening. Do you see them hanging their heads? No. Do you see them fighting with refs? No. Like, it's just like that's what I see. I see this as like textbook. Do the work, get results. And that's the motto right there. That is who the New York Knicks are. Do the work, get results. Boom. I mean, it's just a perfect example. Show it to every level of sports, of basketball. The 10-year-olds, the 12-year-olds, the 15-year-olds, the boys, the girls, the college kids. Just be like, do the work, get results. Look at the New York Knicks. Do the work, get results. I mean, that's what it is. Do the work, get results. And I just think like it's a cool thing to see. It's a cool thing to see that sometimes it's not just the skill. And to be clear, the Knicks have the skill as well. But it's beyond that. Because, again, the Celtics have the skill. I don't care what anyone says. Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Holiday, these are great players. They won the championship for a reason. It wasn't a fluke. So, but it's just like, do the work, get results. And not everyone's willing to do the work. At this point, I kind of hope, and I'll toss and turn on this a little bit, but at this point, I'm kind of hoping that we potentially see like a Knicks versus Timberwolves, championship, because that the narratives there are going to be pretty fascinating. Honestly, obviously with some of the overlapping players and trades and stuff like that, like that would probably be the most interesting matchup that the NBA Finals could have, because it's really the only matchup that truly has like deep storylines and narratives to go along with it. So yeah, so a lot of times I like an older team or a team that's already won, and seeing like the other team can now take it, like the Warriors or something going against the Knicks, and it's like, well, can the Knicks now show that they are the team to beat, and the Warriors dynasty is officially over or something like that. But since it doesn't seem like we're going to have that type of situation, I don't know, Knicks versus Timberwolves sounds pretty juicy to me. But so would, honestly, like a Knicks versus OKC or even the Nuggets, since the Nuggets had already won before. But yeah, do the work, get results. That is who the New York Knicks are, and it's just as clear as day to me. So it's a pretty cool thing to see. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the New York Knicks? Is it clear that this series is over? as the question has right there. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.